Hey anime fans, you're watching Nova Animate YT channel, your home for epic anime breakdowns and story explanations.
Day, the world suddenly came to an end. A pandemic, war, economic decline, and food shortages had signaled impending doom. However, it wasn't humanity that delivered the final blow. It was the arrival of monsters, game-like entities that shattered civilization. What followed was predictable. Just like in novels, metahumans, individuals with supernatural abilities, emerged, and system windows began appearing before people's eyes. But there was a stark difference between fiction and reality. The supernatural beings weren't powerful enough to stop the apocalypse. 3 days later, in the ruins of a once thriving city, an apartment building stood amidst the debris. Inside, a lone man sat in his unit, calmly munching on a bag of chips and chugging a cold drink. He remarked to himself that the world hadn't completely ended. After all, he was still alive and living normally, or at least as normally as possible under the circumstances. He was the sole occupant of the 100-square-meter apartment. His parents and grandparents were outside, lost in the chaos. This apartment had been purchased with a total of 400 million won, half from a bank loan and the other half from his family's savings. The only reason he was here, despite not being wealthy, was due to a tax benefit that required someone to live in the property for 2 years. That obligation had now turned into isolation following the apocalypse. Checking his phone, his expression darkened. The screen displayed a poor connection message, confirming he was completely cut off. He sighed, unable to contact anyone, when suddenly, movement outside caught his eye. A massive bird-like monster was heading straight for his apartment. Panic surged through him. As the creature opened its beak, ready to strike, he instinctively shielded himself, eyes shut in terror. The moment stretched, but nothing happened. When he opened his eyes, a glowing system notification hovered before him. A subject who hasn't been permitted entry is trying to enter. Another message followed. Ultimate shut-in house declaration, passive. Level 1. No one can enter the house without the ruler's permission. Relief washed over him. He had survived, thanks to this mysterious ability. He got up, muttering that his survival so far had been entirely due to his strange power. However, as he approached the door, frustration set in. He tried to open it, but it wouldn't budge. Kicking and shoving made no difference. The door stood resolute. 3 days passed, and while he was grateful for his protection, reality hit hard. He was completely trapped. Sitting in despair, another system notification appeared. The ultimate shut-in cannot leave the house. Scoffing, he sneered at the absurdity. Ultimate shut-in? What kind of ability was this? Rubbing his head, he lamented his helplessness. The real problem was food. His fridge had lost power the previous day, and he had been rationing the last of his side dishes. Now, only a few packs of ramen remained. Before he could dwell further, another notification startled him. You have hunted a Calican, level 23. You have obtained a great amount of experience points. Your skill level has increased. He stared at the message in shock. Looking out the window, he saw the monster that had tried to invade his home, now lying dead on the ground. A group of goblins had gathered around it, celebrating wildly. Did he hunt the creature just because it crashed into his house? Before he could process the thought, another notification appeared. You have obtained a new skill. A loot nearby has met the requirements.